Good morning. Today I'm going to teach you how to operate and open a can with a P38 style can opener using the job instruction 4-step method. I'm assuming you don't know anything about it. The reason it's important is this small can opener here could be the difference between a satisfying lunch and going hungry. So I'd like you to pay attention. The best place to stand and watch is looking over my left shoulder. So why don't you come on around back here and watch me do this over my left shoulder. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is open up the can opener and inspect it. Open and inspect it. Next, you want to hook it onto the can. You want to hook it onto the can. Then you want to cut around the can, taking your can opener all the way around the can. Takes a little bit of time because you got to continue the motion, but we will get around this can. And then, once you cut around the can, you want to remove the lid. And the can's open. Now I'm going to do it one more time. This time I'm going to give you not only the 4 important steps, but the key points that go with it. Okay, so the first important step was open and inspect the can opener. And what you want to make sure is that there's no residue or this sharp edge. You don't want to get cut with a sharp edge here, or there's no residue on the can opener. We have it clean here. 1 second. And we're just going to clean off that residue there from the last can. So the next thing is you want to hook the P38 can opener onto the can. And basically what you want to do, the first key point, is put that notch over the top with the blade facing to the back. And you want to hook and make sure that the bottom is hooked underneath the lip. When you cut around, it's just a simple, key point is simple twisting motion here of the wrist. And another key point is you don't want to take too big of a bite. If you have too big of a bite there, it's hard to twist it. Too small, it'll take forever. So you just want to take a small bite and continue to twist. Continue to cut around here with a twisting motion, not too big of a bite, until the can is done. And the next step was to remove the lid. When you remove it, you want to watch, key point is for the sharp edges not only on the lid, but there's also going to be sharp edges on the inside of the can. You just don't want to keep an eye on those. Okay, so let's do it one more time. We'll open one more can. And this time I'm going to give you the important steps, the key points, and the reasons for the key points. Okay, so the first important step was open and inspect the can opener itself. Again, the key point is this is a sharp edge here. You don't want to get poked or hurt with it. That's the reason you're looking or being cautious about that edge. The other thing is you want to check for no residue. If you have, say you've left this for a couple of days, the residue on there could become a ground for breeding of bacteria, and then you'd be introducing it into the fresh can that you open. So you want to make sure that that's clean. I usually wipe it down. The camera person here is getting a little close, and we want her to back off just a hair. Okay, so our next important step was hook the P38 onto the can. again, you want the notch over the top. You want that notch over the lip there with the edge facing back. And the reason you want to do that, then it's easier to actually do it when the edge is back like this, because you'll be twisting this way. The second key point is you want this bottom to be hooked on here. The reason for that is it becomes the pivot point for puncturing through the can as you go. Our next important step is cut around the can. It's just key point is a twisting motion. You don't want to make it too hard. The reason for just twisting your wrist a little bit is to make that cut. The second key point is not too big of a bite. You don't want this thing, if it gets too big of a bite in there, it's going to be harder to do. If it's too little, then you'll take forever. So just want an average size bite, and then just continue on around the can. We'll just continue around. We had to find some big cans to really demonstrate this. And then you want to remove the lid. And when you remove the lid, you want to make sure that the key point here is, this is a sharp edge. You want to make sure you don't get cut on this, so be cautious of that edge. The reason is you don't want to get cut. And also, it's a sharp edge inside there now that the can's been cut. You want to make sure that you don't get cut on that edge either. And now you've opened your can. Now it's going to be your turn. The first time through, I'd like you to just try to do the job correctly, and then we'll have you give the important steps, and then the third time through the important steps, the key points, and the fourth time through the important steps, key points, and reasons for it. I'm going to let you do this on your own. Good luck on opening the can, and enjoy your lunch. Thank you. Bye, Carol.